Welcome everybody to this edition of Attention Talk Video. I'm your host, Attention Coach Jeff Copper, and we're here today with Jackie Minetti. Jackie, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Jeff.
The concept today is the secret signal.
Yes.
Tell us what that is, what it's all about, and how a parent or teacher could use it to their advantage.
Yes. One of the things that I found was effective with students with ADHD was when their attention was wandering, instead of telling them, you have to pay attention, you have to refocus, you have to listen, I would work out with the student privately a signal that we could use that would indicate to the student that their attention was wandering, but no one else would be aware of the signal except for the student and me. Mm-hmm. With little kids, it works really well because they love having a secret with the teacher. And I would just take them aside privately and say, I notice that sometimes you have trouble focusing on your work or you have trouble paying attention. So I've got an idea that I think might help. How about if you and I figure out some kind of secret sign that I can give you that will help you to realize that you need to refocus or you need to get back to work. And I would ask for input from the child as far as what they would want that signal to be. And I would go with that, anything within reason. I mean, if they told me to stand up and do jumping jacks next to their desk, naturally I wouldn't do it. But some kids were happy with a tap on the shoulder. Other children would like it if I just came by and tapped with a pencil on their desk as I was teaching. But it was something that would not call attention to the student and thereby make them even more uncomfortable and more inattentive. It was something that would help them realize, hey, I've got to refocus. Parents found that this was effective as well because when let's say the child's doing homework and they're distracted by something, usually a parent would say, you've got to finish that homework, get back to work, sit back down, and the student would become defensive, and then you have a confrontation. But by using the secret signal, sometimes if the parent just comes by and taps the child on the head, it's enough to let them know, you've got to refocus without setting up an argument. And parents seem to feel that this was something that worked. Of course, you have to sit down ahead of time and explain the whole procedure and let the child know what it's all about and what they should do when they get the secret signal. And once all the parameters are clear, it tends to be an effective tool.
I can see how it'd be an effective tool, and I'm just having a little aha right now and thinking out loud. It seems to me there's so often when I'm coaching somebody, they come and their self-esteem is absolutely shot. And I know that I've had some conversations with some parents on the medication issue, and some of them are really anti that. And not to say that they need to consider medication, but I always go to the other side because they're usually arguing, I don't know what the long-term effects of stimulants are. And I'll go, what are the long-term effects of sit down, stop, don't do that to their self-esteem? I mean, there's a price to pay. And by not calling them out but tapping them, one is it's reducing some of that negativeness. And just for me, if you tapped me, or somebody, to me it's not a verbal thing, and so it's my gut is it's going to help self-esteem over a long period of time and be really helpful tool for the child and for the parent and for the teacher for that matter.
And here again, you're focusing on the behavior, not the child.
Yes.
That's really the key. You're addressing that behavior and how to change it or how to deal with it. It's not the child is bad. It's not the child is doing something wrong. It's that this is a behavior and we need to correct it.
Yeah, there's some coaching techniques, particularly there's this notion that everybody has the saboteur, and you notice it and you name it, and it's because it's not you, it's the saboteur. So it's not the person, it's their ADD. You try to split those things because for self-esteem purposes, the person's not bad. It's just this other thing that has an impact for them. So I love the secret. I think it's very effective. And for our listeners out there, if you want to learn more about Jackie or get her book, it's Jackie Minetti, Minniti, and your web page is JackieMinetti.com, and that's Jackie with an IE.
IE, yes.
You can also get her book at Amazon.com and possibly find it in Barnes & Nobles, right?
Yes, Project Junebug. It's available in ebook. It's available on Barnes & Noble, Amazon, any of the online booksellers.
Jackie, thank you for being on the show.
You're welcome.